Welcome to Badminton News, a new badminton channel where we review the latest international games and discuss what we love about the sport to advance our own game and help viewers be the best you can be. We read through the BWF goals and we're convinced that we can help in their mission to support and encourage the development of badminton as a sport for all. Smash the subscribe button, follow us and like our page to get updates and keep up to date with our reviews, talks on technique, and we welcome all comments and honest feedback.
We're giving a different perspective because these guys are commentating on the game, but we're talking a bit more, or I'd say a bit more strategy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more concentrated on someone who's watching and interested in badminton or plays badminton already, and they're looking to see, they can see something of themselves in, say, for instance, like certain players, and they're looking at their technique more. Or if they're watching the game, they will say, okay, we want the Japanese to win, and because they're Japanese or they like the way that they play.
Indonesian pair now, they're like, people are like, become fans, right?
Yeah. And they're similar style. Well, with Indonesians, it's really different because I don't know anyone who currently plays or can relate and say, okay, right, you play like that, you don't play like that. They're like breaking the mold. It's like with the Chinese, like, who we can say, okay, right, we play similar to them. They have a similar style to how we play. Whereas with the Indonesian pair, this is unorthodox of over the head, not over the head playing, but sometimes he's playing reverse backhand, taking it in from his body. It's like, it's very good. He's very skillful and speed, but you can't train to. We wouldn't train. Okay, right. You're going to practice now 5, taking it from inside your body. No, take it in front of your arm and learn how to take it properly. And then if push comes to shove and you're struggling, take it that way. Whereas that's what I think when you're watching them, it's like everyone's really amazed by how they play because it's consistently unconventional. That would be the best way of describing it. It's consistently unconventional. There was a lot of conventional stuff they do where his racket is really always ready at the front of the net. He reads the game very well. But in all the big rally points, you could say that they play maybe 5, 6 consistently unconventional shots that are not conventional badminton, but not what everyone's used to.
Which makes it so fun to watch, right?
Yeah.
The racket control and that relentless, both from the front and the back. But it's, that cycle, it's like a hurricane of them spinning around each other.
Yeah.
Look at that. But it's the shot selection as well.
Yeah.
He was at the front and he played like about 4 different variations. Hot, soft, fast, change direction, but always threatening and always there. Look at that. See that the whole body, you jump up and the whole body right through to the wrist at the end. It's in that slow-mo you get to see the whole body move. When you're starting and you're playing decent badminton, a lot of times there's that it's crouch low but defend backhand, right? Especially from that angle. But he got down so low that that's in his ready position as it came to him. He reacted to switch into that grip.
Yeah. And I think that's where the game now is starting to change into that, and actually faster pace. That if no one is playing, if you're playing 40% or 60% of the shuttles from a crouched forehand position or reverse backhand, you're always looking to attack. Whereas when you're sitting there with that backhand defense and you're just looking to lift it up, and this is why
you've only got kind of that upwards motion. You got the push, but it's
you're not gonna smash from holding it in a backhand grip below the tape.
Yeah. But I guess when the further that the player is back in the court. The more options you have with the hand.
And that's what you can see in that last.
And if they drop, it's everything's nice to be at that height, rather versus them being down here, which sometimes that is the best way to defend, depending on how close the person is and that the steepness of the. But when it's going to come flat to you, it's You know, and the more advanced your game gets, you know, the more able you are to switch that defense. You know, just that, you know, it's the, you know, you set the arm and then it's the flick of the wrist, eye contact.
See, that service was out. It's pulled him away, and as he served it out, he knows he served it out. He's hit it back. So watch the replay here. It's going out, and because he's hit the out service, it's almost caught him off guard because he knows his service was going wide.
Yeah.
Good movement to the front.
I love seeing that. And I see that rally is worth a replay, because, you know, right from the beginning of it, you know, that defense that we were talking about, how once it passes your body, because sometimes, you know, they're so close to the net, and that's all you got. You know, you could twist the hip and you play the defense in the forehand, but like behind you. Yeah, you did a great example there. See how composed they are still. It's like... The wonderful thing about that shot is he waited so long for it to drop.
Yeah. It was so far. It wasn't.
He was ready for it, but, you know, I mean, the hold is so long that he couldn't see, like, you know, both of them were on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
And right at the last second, it's like a beautiful, like, drive down the line. They didn't even move for it.
No,
I think they were well. Yeah, both of their momentum was going
the other way. They weren't. It's very unorthodox shot.
That beautiful again around the head. This game's really highlighting the, you know, especially like us, if you're, you know, you love the game badminton, and, like, you know, we both play for different clubs.
Yeah.
But, you know, always looking to improve our game. Yeah. And, you know, there was a transition in my game where it went from a lot of playing under, like, to bringing that in.
Yeah.
Even defending smashes, and, you know the way it improved my front game and my net game by just being more like this. Yeah. You know, you're looking to...
Yeah. You're looking to always...
Whereas so many shots before were like, you know, I had a great game like that, but, you know, to add in that option now and to see, like, the effectiveness of it in so many different scenarios, and it's almost their preferred shot. Yeah. In a lot of things.
You've hit it from below the net in a backhand grip. You've pushed it forward. It's gone over the tape. It's gone down. It's only going to come over the tape. So why are you waiting in the backhand now? Moving that. This is what I think, and this is a progression in the whole game, a game as a whole. I'd say that you'll notice a lot of the players standing with that overhead grip.
So he gave away the lift there.
Yeah, and caught him in the hip as well.
Yeah. So he tried to pop it over his head as he was coming in, didn't get enough height on it, and that was well read by Sokomolyo. We'll see that as soon as he got the lift down in the middle, in between them. The key there is that if you can get your head and your eyes up quick enough. Yeah. Because that shot is so easy. I mean, if you're not training it, the instinct is to go for it. Yeah. And then hit. And just kind of anticipate where it is, and you're looking forward. Yeah. You know, very rarely would you
actually look at the contact point. Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, just a subtle change. If you could add that subtle change to your game, where you're actually watching the contact point. Yeah. Because, you know, so many people don't do it, or if they do it, they lose it in a rally. Yeah. Yeah. They might do it 1 or 2 shots, or certain shots. But even your net serves, and even your net kills, your drives, your backhand clear, you're always, you know, looking at that contact. You
need to be. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it turns into a percentage shot. Yeah. Where it's almost, I wouldn't say luck,
instinct as well.
But it's just a reaction. It's like you'd say you're swatting at a fly, where you just keep moving your arm for the sake of moving. But once you put that head into that actual play, then you're actually, this is your purpose. You're looking at that contact point. You're looking to play it above here instead of just playing it blindly above your head, because you might hit one or two, but you can't consistently hit over your head if you're not looking at that.
Yeah, and when you watch replays of, you know, at the end when they slow it down a couple of frames, then you really get to see the stillness of their head in the shots, especially when they do like nice jumping smashes. They as they're making contact and as the arm and the wrist move forward, the head remains in that same position, and it seems like an age until they turn and they face it in that slow-mo, but it's, you know, it's actually very nice to see. You know, it looks like the correct start. When you see someone on a badminton court and they're doing that at a club level, you're like, right, like, you know, that guy, he knows how to play. Because a lot of people think, you know, play a good game, but their head's just got all over the place. You know, when you see a guy
gives you more time on the shot
in that frame and they're hitting the shot. Not in that, but it adds deception.
Yeah.
A lot of time people telegraph their movements with their head because they're looking in the direction.
Yeah.
Their head flicks to it.
Yeah.
You know, we all know players that have a, you know, heavy head movement.
Yeah.
And that gives it away. But so if you can keep your eye and head in the frame and you make the shot, people have no idea where you're going.
Yeah.
And that adds so much deception. Especially stuff like, you know, like the punch clear, Let's bring that back one more time. So
you see how long he's...
Yeah. So here, watch his eye contact and watch his head and his...
on the shuttle, shuttle's gone, then his head moves.
Then his head moves. It's worth one more time. Head stays.
Yeah.
And then moves. You know, I'd encourage you to, you know, if you want to improve your game, to record yourself when you're playing and then play it back and just see in your movements, when your shots, is your head always on that contact point?
Yeah.
And not only that, but during the rally, after the first couple of shots, and when someone's smashing at you and you're defending, is your head going down to the point of contact? Because that is a crucial step from, you know, taking your game up higher levels.
Yeah.
And if your aim is to be the best player that you can be, then that is, you know, it's an absolute must, because every shot takes place in that space where your eyes and your head is on it. And if you're not doing that, it's just like one small thing you can add to your game that will improve it like hundreds and hundreds of %. And it's actually quite hard to do.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, it's so easy to just get lost into the game where it's like, no, I need to play badminton up here, not forward. You know what I mean? So it's a question of training. You just got to train yourself from practice. But the beauty of it, especially down to the serve, so many people hold the serve when their head goes up when they serve.
Yeah.
But you know, you keep your head down again, the deception, and it's like, well, the accuracy, you're increasing the likelihood of not making errors. Like you said, percentage shots. You know, these guys before this game now, they've played like 9 times, and it's like 5-4 to Gideon and Sukumolio. So it's, you know, it's practically all square. So it's, you know, a great final. And they're ranked 4th, Kimura and Sonoda, against the number 1. They're like 64 weeks. Beautiful lift.
Oh.
Well recovered. That's my favorite shot. You know, that disguised jumping drop.
Yeah.
Because it looks so beautiful, and it's just like with all that chaos and that bounce, you know, that bounce hit, bounce hit, then just out of nowhere, just a beautiful. But because, you know, their smashes is so powerful that's makes that drop even more effective.
Yeah. You have to prepare.
You can't play slow, and that drop because people are looking to move in. But when you're applying the pressure, you know, these big bangs.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they're more likely to, you know, like the little split step and plant their feet. Then you throw in this, but you really have to give it as if you're in exactly the same motion. the same arm movement, same head movement as you would for a big bang. And then right at the last minute, it's just like the power in the wrist. It's just like
setting yourself up, causing them to move, causing them to they're prepared for the big hit, and then you're just going to take that pace out of it, and they may get it back, but it forces them to move and not be as set as they were before in their defensive stance.
Yeah. You know, and I like to see a pair emerge in a sport that, you know, just dominates for a while.
Yeah.
You know, we had the Lee Yong-dae and Jung Jae-sung era. Then we had Kai Yun and Fu Haifeng.
Yeah.
You know, some big pairs that, you know, you get to form a relationship with.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, just seeing at these tournaments and when they keep winning, you know, it keeps popping up in your feed, and then you want them to.
You feel you relate with the players. It's you see similar trends, or you like to think that.
Bro, I go out and buy their rackets and their trainers. You know, I've got my Lindan Z Force 2. It's because, you know, it's the relationship with the character. You know what Lindan represented in China. Yeah. And how a sport like badminton that hardly gets any recognition in the UK here, although it's growing. But in China and, like, you know, Malaysia and Indonesia, if you're a badminton star, you're huge.
Yeah. It's
Lee
like
Chong-wei in Malaysia, forget about it, man. He's, you know, recently been diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad for such a.
Again, we've got that relationship with him as well. We feel like personally invested in him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And so, when you hear news like that, it's. Yeah, you were saying so the different tournaments and the different prizes.
So they've got gold, which are the 1,000 tournaments. There's 3 of those a year.
And you said they're like $1 million to $1.5 million.
Yeah.
As prize money.
As a prize
for pot. Each different category.
Split between the categories.
Oh.
So they will have it. Okay. Yeah.
So there's 5. So you got So there's 5 different.
5 different categories.
5 different categories.
So
okay.
Levels.
The men's, the mix, and the ladies.
The 3 1,000s that you would have in the year are the biggest, as well as the World Championships.
Yeah.
Which is not counted as one of the 1,000s, and they'll have an end of year tournament, which it was the Dubai Super Series. Now it's the Guangzhou in China. And that would have
those are the big boy tournaments.
Yeah. Those are the ones that basically the end of the year. That's the last tournament, and you're working to make sure that you're in the top 10, so that you're able to play that tournament at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's like there's prestige in that one event as well.
Yeah, you'll always see they have the trophy. It's actually it's at the back there, and every tournament you'll see that trophy there for the end. You can see it right there at the back.
Oh, so that follows them around.
Yeah, so that follows them around. It's not for this tournament. It's just for the tournament at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. The winners don't get that.
No, they don't get that. Yeah. So it's there at the all-in.
Teaser.
There. Yeah.
Down the middle. And you'll be surprised when you watch, you know, mix and doubles, how many shots are played to the middle.
Yeah.
As we're coming up, we get in the habit of smashing straight. And they say in men's or, you know, in levels, don't go cross court.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's going to be a winner. But so you get in the habit of straight. But yeah, so when you smash into the middle, they have to have that split moment of thinking, is it mine or is it yours?
Yeah. It narrows the angles as well that they can play the next shot, because you hit it into the.
Or if you've got left and right-handed players that are, you know, are both going to swing for it, you know, for the. I'm saying Gideon's been like, you know, I don't care if you do a net shot, I'm going to do another net shot as well. And he's been winning those clips of net there, but like I said, he's not afraid to say, all right, you do a net shot, I'm going to do another net shot. You know, when we're in training, they say, you know, if you do a net shot and I come in and you're standing there, it's like, well, why do another net shot? He's standing right there. Yeah. You know, so you either try and push it or you'd be forced to lift the foot depending on how low it goes. But you know, when you vary up your play so much, sometimes it's like, I don't know what the hell you're going to do. So doing that, I'm still going to have a little delay.
Yeah.
So I've got time to actually, you know, whether you're stretching it out for it. Look at his head. Didn't move till right. And again, it helps with that deception. You just don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
That's my dream. That's my dream. to smash like that. It's like where you're actually using every part of your body. You've kicked off, you've pushed yourself up, your toes, your ankles, your legs, your muscles, your glutes. And then you're lifting your arm up, you're throwing your whole momentum into the air. And then you're locking it all, not just your arm or your wrist or your thing or your thing. I mean, everything's locked up.
Yeah.
Then your legs expand out, you explode out, and that's this thing. You're pulling down with your left arm. Do you know what I mean? The whole motion is going through, and then through the shoulder, through the arm, through the wrist, and it's like from the whole process is beautiful if you can execute it.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of things going on at the same time, and when you bah, you know what I mean? It's to have a jumping smash like that. That's true. That's something I'm aspiring to get. We've all got decent smashes, but it's like, did every part of your body connect to? Did you hang in the air beautifully like that, or did you? Are you already on your way down, or you didn't get enough height? And why aren't your legs kicking out? Why are you just jumping with your legs straight? That means you're not using them to split out. To burst out in that smash. Why do they all do it and then they? You know what I mean? That Danish video, that training videos. You use your trunk. Yeah. You jump and your legs bend like that. Then you spread out just at the moment of contact.
It's remembering to do that, and then sometimes you do think you do it, but it's only when you watch yourself on video and you're like, I don't feel that I look like that when I'm playing, but I look completely different often myself. I find I have a different picture in my head of how I look when I play, and then when I see it on the video, I'm like, wait, is that how I look when I'm playing? My legs are all over the place. There is no.
And I highly recommend anyone that doesn't record any of their games, just get a little GoPro and a little stand. Yeah. That's the best way to do it. But you can learn so much because the way your mind thinks of what you think you're doing, this is incredible. You always want them to win those rallies. Yeah. But to play those shots, but still eye on the point of contact, his eye was always on that doesn't change because you're on the floor. And then still, even it's a short mid-court lift, he still does the whole pose. Yeah. The position goes back, the arm locks in the same way, the shoulders locked, the left hand pulls, everything happens in the same way. And sometimes when the front guy goes for it, it puts the guy off at the back. Yeah. But see that, it's like, he swiped and he missed and it get thunderous from the back anyway.
Yeah. It's being ready. It's being able to judge the trajectory of the shuttle, and when you're standing a bit further back, you're able to do that a bit better than the front man because it's not coming as fast as you. So he can see that his partner's gone for the shuttle, but realize that he's not actually going to hit the shuttle, and he's able to adjust so that he's still standing there as he would be anyway if his partner hadn't gone for it. His partner's gone for it, he's pulled out, but he's stayed there, and he's been able to hit the shuttle. And now you'll often see that with club level. Sometimes that will happen, and the person at the back of the court will actually start to move over. Yeah. It'll go over their head, and they're like, "Well, you went for the shuttle." It was like, "Oh," and that's the understanding you get of playing with someone constantly. That sometimes they do go for the shot and leave it.
Didn't drop a game this tournament. No. These guys are gangster.
So win or lose, it's like I'm doing the best that I can do. Then when you leave it all on the court, so that you come off the court and you say, "Look, I did my best. They played better than me and they won, but I did my best. I knew I did." And you wanna bring what you're doing on the training court to the match situation because you don't want it to be, okay, I did that. Well, I look so good in training. I feel so good in training. I'm hitting all the shots, and then when you come to play, you're not doing that on the court. You're doing yourself an injustice. You're not training and practicing that way to do something different when you go to play. So it's important that when you do play the matches that you are bringing what you do on the training court when you're practicing to the games, to the matches, to the big occasions. Take your time, you do your counts, and you play you play your game. You want to play your game. You don't want to be dictated by the other person.
I guess just finally, so I guess the point of these videos is to, we love badminton, so we love talking about it. Yeah. And through our training and through our playing, it's we love talking about these different techniques and reinforcing them because it helps improve our game. Yeah. And you know, when we watch ourselves play on recording videos, it's you see something that you thought you were doing really, really well and correctly. It's like, oh, you know, oh, shit, that's not the right form at all.
No.
And so you can start making adjustments. But then you can make adjustments about your strategy in games.
Yeah.
You know, what your shot selection, your speed, your footwork, and all this comes out beautifully in these. When we're watching badminton of the highest level, you know, the Danish Open just wrapped up last week, and you know, the split movement, the racket speed, the movement around the court, the shot selection, that it's, you know, it can really help develop your own game. Yeah.
You always see that here in England. Everyone goes to the All England, and once they've watched that week of badminton, they're always hungry to play. And you always see that people, you feel that you play better after you've watched that whole week of badminton.
Definitely.
You draw inspiration from seeing these players, and when you're a kid and you're growing up, this is what gets you into badminton. This is, you play it a little bit, you may watch a little bit, but when you see people that you like, okay, right, I like badminton, I'm gonna take it a bit more serious. I'll just play it at my local club. Seeing other people play at a higher level, you always have appreciation for that. You appreciate that. Okay, look, these guys are playing, and that's something that I would like to aspire to. Even if I'm not going to be a professional, I'd like to play, just play my best badminton, you know, on the court. You want to bring your best game, and watching other people play at the highest level, always it's subconscious learning. Like you're learning from seeing others doing. Let us know down below what you would like to see, if you like the video or anything else that you would like to see us talk about. Just give us your insight. We're looking to promote badminton. This is what this channel is really about. It's about promoting badminton, the sport that we love to play, and hopefully if you're watching this, that you love to play as well.